Alright, let's talk about something we probably all felt at some point in crypto. It's that painful, sinking feeling of being trapped in a losing trade and that weird, almost magnetic pull to just keep digging the hole deeper. Today, we are going to figure out why that happens and how to get out. You know the person I'm talking about. Maybe you've been this person. Your favorite altcoin is just nose diving. Your portfolio is a sea of red. But instead of just cutting your losses, what you do? You scrape together more cash, maybe even take out a loan, and you buy the dip for the third time this week. Now, the easy answer is to just call this emotional, right? To say it's irrational, illogical trading. But what if it's not? What if I told you this behavior is actually a completely logical response to being backed into a corner? Well, that's the puzzle we are going to solve together today. So, first up, let's meet the main character of our story. We'll call them the obstinate trader. Their actions look like a total paradox from the outside, but trust me, there's a hidden logic we're about to unpack. This is that feeling, right? It's what's known as averaging down into oblivion. The price just keeps crashing. The pain of holding on gets worse and worse, but instead of hitting sell, you just buy. It sounds absolutely nuts, but just stick with me here. Okay, so to really get this, we have to shift our perspective. We need to stop thinking about this as a personal psychological flaw and start thinking about it like an economist would. We've got to totally redefine what we even mean by extreme behavior. And the source material for this gives us this brilliant, totally non judgmental definition. See, it's not about what you believe, it's about the tactic. As the pressure mounts, you don't pull your hands away from the hot stove, you actually push down even harder. That's the behavior we're talking about. So here's the toolkit we're going to use. Three simple principles. First, we have to assume there's some kind of rationality there. There's an internal logic, even if it looks crazy to us. Second, focus on actions, not identity. We're not judging who someone is. We're just looking at what they do. And third, see it as a tactic, not a belief. The extreme part isn't the what, it's the how. And what's so cool about this toolkit is that it helps us see the situation for what it really is. It's not a character flaw, it's not a weakness, it's a trap. And we're going to call it the corner trap. This table just lays out the mental switch perfectly. Look at the difference. A normal investor, their goal is to make a profit. Sunk costs are irrelevant history, and of course, there are other fish in the sea. But the corner trader, oh man, their reward has shrunk. The goal isn't profit anymore, it's just to break even. The sunk cost isn't history, it's everything. And other options, they feel like they just don't exist. This is what's going on inside their head. The thought of making that 60% loss real is just so painful, so devastating, that the sunk cost fallacy stops being a fallacy at all. It starts to feel like the only rational survival tactic left. The game isn't about winning anymore, it's about not losing. It's just trying to get back to zero. Okay, so the source material actually breaks this down into a really simple four-step model. It's called the cornered good model. Step 1, you own the asset, the good. Step 2, the price of holding it goes up, and that's not just the market price. It's the financial loss, the emotional pain, the sleepless nights. Step 3, you become psychologically cornered by that loss. And that leads directly to the paradox in step 4. The more painful it is to hold, the more you feel compelled to buy. So that's the theory. But look, this isn't just some abstract idea. It's a mirror we can and should hold up to our own portfolios. So let's do a quick little self check right now. See if you've ever fallen into this trap. First question, and be honest with yourself. Think about a losing position you're holding right now. Are you really, truly still in it to make a big profit? Or are you just sitting there praying to the crypto gods for a pump that will just get you your initial money back? Question 2. When you think about buying more, what's your internal monologue? Is it, hey, I can lower my average cost? That's smart. Or is it, you know what? Based on new developments, this asset has incredible future potential. Be real about which one is it. And finally, here's the big one. This is the gut check. How does the thought of actually hitting that sell button and realizing the loss, how does that feel? If it feels completely, utterly, physically impossible, then yeah, you might be in the trap. This analogy just hits so hard, doesn't it? That's the feeling. You're the boxer, you're against the ropes. Retreating isn't an option. So what do? You just swing. You swing harder, even though you're exhausted, because it feels like the only move you have left. So there's the most important part. If this is a trap, but there has to be a way out. And the good news is there is. The escape route is actually way simpler than you think. It all boils down to asking yourself one simple question. This is it. This is the magic question. It cuts through all the emotional baggage, all the sunk costs, all the obsession with breaking even. Just forget everything that's happened before. If you had the cash in your hand right now, at this very second, would you buy this asset at its current price? If the honest answer is no, well, there's your answer. And this logic goes way beyond just a quick losing trade. Think about it. It applies to entire belief systems too, like the cornered maximalist who, when faced with a new competing blockchain, doesn't adapt their thinking. They just yell their original argument even louder. It's the same trap. So let's land on this because it's the most powerful takeaway. If you've ever done this, if you've been this obstinate trader, you're not irrational, you're not dumb. You were just caught in the predictable economic trap. And understanding that isn't an excuse, it's a tool. It gives you the power to see the trap for what it is and maybe, just maybe, choose a different path next time. So, I'll just leave you with that to think about. Looking back on your own journey, have you ever felt that cornered, swinging wildly because it honestly felt like the only option you had left? Because recognizing that feeling, well, that's the very first step to getting yourself out of the corner.